everybody, I hope everybody is doing fantastic. This is the Autojumble, I think it's number 6, I'm not sure. Basically, there's 2 more to go from what I purchased from the Newark Autojumble. Now this is the new spanner guy, and I've actually had the privilege and honour really to go to his house today, which was like a 5.5 hour round trip of driving, nearly 3 hours each way, through the rain. But today I've actually had a look at his collection, and I was a bit speechless, to be honest, and it's not very often that I get speechless. He had 3,000 different spanners, and that's different ones. He had obviously doubles and trebles as well. He'd been collecting for 60 years, and he's a lovely man, an absolutely lovely man. Had a wonderful time. We had fish and chips, and I purchased 70 off him, not including these. This is what I bought off his stall, his doubles, etc. So I purchased 70 items, and he was very kind to sell me those items because some of them were out of his collection. Obviously some of them he wouldn't sell, but a lot of them he did. He was very flexible and he was very kind. So over the next week or something, I'm going to try to get all the videos up of them, and then there'll be a guess at the end because I just paid one price for them all. So basically this is what I purchased off him when I met him, because there was 2 spanner guys. There was the first one and this is the second one. So this is what I purchased off him. Basically this is like an adjustable, and I think it says there calp, I don't know, capil or something, and it says 6 to 16. I don't know if that's the millimeter. I know, what's it got, DRP and then 2D RGM. Don't know what that means. It seems to grip my finger pretty well. I'm not sure how fantastic it would do on a nut, as it only seems to be comfortable at that tiny sort of size, and it's obviously been pitted pretty heavily, but I've never seen one before and I thought it was interesting, so I thought I'd give that a whirl. Now in the UK I've been looking and looking and looking, and I have never found a double-headed spanner for sale at auction. So this one is a Comet he had, which is it says 8 and 9. I'm not sure the size on it, but it's a Comet double-headed spanner. Super cool. I was ecstatic to find this on his store when I saw it. That looks like it needs a bit of work, to be honest, but so that is a super cool item and very, very, very rare. And I won't mind polishing that neither because of the pitting and the condition of it. That's a great candidate for polishing. Now when I went to his house, he had another one of these, what John's got, which said handy handle. But this is identical, but the brass, this is brass on the handy handle, the one he had, but it must be made in the same machine. It's got the same sort of milling marks going down it, and obviously John did Scoutcrafter did a fantastic video on this, the way this actually works, and once it's locked you cannot adjust that. And that is, I've always admired John's handy handle. I always thought it was a beautiful tool. He has the original one with handy handle on it, and this is the one he took to the show, and when I saw it, you know, I was super happy and ecstatic to find it and buy it. So he does have another one. He had 2 of these, which shows you some of his collection. I bought this little brass Thor hammer. You can just make out the brass seems to be in excellent condition, but the Thor seems to be a little bit worse for wear. But it's a nice little brass hammer, and I actually saw somebody walking around with this, and I tried to buy it and he wouldn't sell it to me. When I was on my friend's stall, he came on the stall and I offered him a bit discount to buy it off him, but he wouldn't sell it. So I went there and I bought one off him, which was fantastic. We have here, which John Scoutcrafter had one of these, and he did a lovely job on it. This is a Billings and Spencer Connecticut adjustable wrench, and if you don't get excited by that, I really do want to check your pulse, because that is just an absolute stunning wrench. Absolutely stunning. So I was super happy when I saw that on his stall. It's the condition's not absolutely the best. The writing's a little bit rusted, but for the UK to find a Billings and Spencer like that is unheard of. You only ever see the Model E, the Model A, the standard sort of King Dick type. So I was super happy to find that when I saw it. I thought, wow, my lucky day today. I mean, yet did I realise what he had at home. This is his junk. And this is the star, is the absolute star of the lot. And it's an adjustable spanner, and you adjust this and you get different, obviously it adjusts both sides at the same time. So it's got probably 1/4 inch of play. That's as big as it gets, and that's as small as it gets, and that's as big. Now when I went to his house, he had 4 of these, but I've never seen one before. And you believe me, I paid for this wrench on the field. I paid dearly. So this is, I think it's an absolutely fabulous lot of very unusual adjustable wrenches. A double-headed one, a Billings. He did tell me the name of this, and I forgot which. I need to re-ask him what the name of that is. A Thor little tiny brass hammer, and this rather unusual adjuster. So if you put in the description below which items you think and which item you think is the best, which item, if you could only have one and they're all £1 and you had £1 in your pocket, which one would you buy? And also, what do you think the combined price for all these items was? So if you can put in the description below what you think all those prices for those items was in the description, and I'll try and get the answer to you hopefully tomorrow. All right, if you've got this far in the video, thank you very much. And I'll probably put a picture of one of his collections at the end of it, so you can have a look at. I'll put one picture to show you just a sample of what he had in his house. It was absolutely amazing. It was a wonderful day, probably one of the nicest days I've had in, well, I can remember anyway. It was really wonderful. He was a lovely man. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.